Hi, Dr. Carol Francis here. Let's talk about Alzheimer's and dementia. That's why you tuned in. Now, Alzheimer's and dementia may be affecting your spouse, may be affecting you, may be affecting your parents. It's typically not something we see in children. It is all about the brain not being able to function to the level that it used to be able to function because of the decomposition or the way in which the axons, the dendrites, the neurons, all the different complexities in the brain are not receiving the right amount of chemicals or they're decomposing. What I really like about a lot of the research that I'm reading right now in Alzheimer's and dementia is that there does seem to be some promise of being able to forestay this. While some people think it's genetic, there's also a way in which we can nurture our genetics. Now that gives us a little bit more sense of being in control of our future. And while we may not be able to control all the variables, here are the variables you can control. What I'm very excited about is about 2 years ago, Time Magazine came out with a wonderful series of research about exercise. That exercise, more than medication and more than a lot of different interventions into Alzheimer's and dementia, seem to be the most profound and effective way to forestall difficulties with your brain and the way it would work. Secondly, diet has an awful lot to do. So we've heard about the antioxidants. We've heard about not having all those sorts of difficulties in your brain with the processed foods. We know these things. If you eat healthy vegetables, healthy proteins, healthy fruits, healthy grains, we know that we're fueling our body, fueling our brain with the right amount of chemicals to, one, not be able to clog it up with the toxics, but number two, to be able to lower the quantity of inflammatories that actually might be aggravating the different things that go on in our brain that could cause us to have problems. Now there we have power, and in our ability to have some sort of ability to steer our future, we might as well take advantage of it. In addition, happiness, joy, playfulness, dealing with stress in a way that's dynamic and problem-solving oriented has an awful lot to do with brain health as well. But now let's say that you're in the sandwich generation. You have children and you have parents and you're in the middle and you're taking care of both of them. Or perhaps you're the sandwich individual and that you're taking care of children and possibly your spouse. And they're beginning to show signs or on advanced signs of Alzheimer's and dementia. What are a few of the beginning signs? Well, people begin to lose their ability to find words when they typically would be able to find the right word. Or they're substituting approximate words, or they can't quite remember in the short term what's been going on. Now, what's so very tricky about this is that all of us, me included, can't find our keys or forget about this or wonder about that. And if I don't write it down, I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember it. There's a little bit of difference between having so much to do that you have to keep track of it in mechanical ways and feeling like you're losing these gaps of time where you don't remember what you said or you don't remember where you put something, and you also don't know why you are where you are. Now, again, women who have gone through pregnancy and right after pregnancy, you've got a brain bath going on that makes your memory not so great. There are other times in their life where your memory is not so great. So you can't always just assume there's dementia and Alzheimer's, but you will begin to see the progressive signs. Another way that I think is really helpful is that you as a caregiver now have some tools to be able to figure out how to communicate. Recognize that as the Alzheimer's and dementia goes on, you unfortunately have lost your loved one in the same vein and memory and context as you used to have them. But you now have to form a brand new relationship often, and often a progressively brand new relationship as they become more disoriented or they lose more of the memory. This is extremely sad because you're mourning the loss of a previous relationship. On the other hand, it is also an opportunity for you to maintain an ever-evolving relationship with this person going through some difficult times, where in essence you are one of their heroes in helping them go through this passage of their life. We've written a book, Susan Kohler and I, about being able to communicate with your loved one with dementia and Alzheimer's in a way that increases their cooperation with you when they get very disoriented, confused, and don't even cooperate with the most basic of things of taking medication, getting dressed, and eating. It helps you also be able to have some sort of satisfaction in your emotional context with them. So please look on the website. You will be able to find what this book is and where it's available. It's on Amazon. It's on EPUB if you prefer to read books on your computer, or you can buy actually a hard copy or paperback copy. It's there to help you to be able to feel like you're not alone in the process of trying to communicate with your loved one and getting things done. It'll also help the caregivers. Well, I'm going to stop here because a caregiver needs as much support as you can possibly get. You need to not feel guilty, and you also need to feel purposeful. You really are serving a major purpose in someone's transition in life. It's a difficult time. It's difficult for you, it's difficult for them. Sorry that it has to come into your life. Maybe what we have to offer will actually make it just a little bit better. Stay in touch, stay in tune. I look forward to talking to you later. It's Dr. Carol Francis. Look it up at drcarolfrancis.com. I hope I can help. Take care. Bye-bye.